A lot to get to. Good afternoon. I'm Rob Johnson.
And I'm Erica Sargent. We begin with that monster storm already lashing parts of North Carolina. This latest video from the International Space Station shows the massive storm hovering offshore as it makes its final approach toward the Carolinas. And this is what the Atlantic looks like as the storm approaches. This video is from an old Coast Guard station about 35 miles off the North Carolina coast, near where the Category 2 storm is expected to make landfall tomorrow. Winds have diminished, but the storm's path has widened, threatening to bring a deadly storm surge and record amounts of rain.
You should leave now because time is running out.
This is not the time to be outside taking pictures or to see what's going on and making Facebook videos.
Another big concern tonight, this North Carolina nuclear power plant is directly in the path of the hurricane, one of 9 nuclear power stations in the projected path of Florence. And here's a live picture now from the Frying Pan Shoals Light Tower, and another look at that American flag that's all chewed up and blowing in the breeze there. You can see it shredded from the increasingly powerful wind. 34 miles off the North Carolina coast. And surf's also way up here in this live picture from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You can see the increasing waves there. We have team coverage of Hurricane Florence tonight. Meteorologist Megan Glaros is in Wilmington, North Carolina. But we begin with meteorologist Mary Kay Kleiss tracking the storm for us. Mary Kay.
Well, Rob, we are noticing that those hurricane-force winds are getting uncomfortably close to the North Carolina coast. Hurricane hunters tell us the eye of the storm is about 25 miles wide. Also, Florence has slowed down in her forward speed, moving only to the west-northwest at 5 miles per hour. As we mentioned, it's a Category 2. Winds are at 105 miles per hour. And right now, Florence is located about 100 miles east-southeast of Wilmington, North Carolina. And that's where we find meteorologist Megan Glaros, who's going to be riding out the storm. Megan, it looks like the eye will be very close to you as Florence moves in overnight and through the day tomorrow.
Yeah, Mary Kay, and it's not going to move very quickly because, as you know, we lost any kind of real steering currents on this. So once it gets here, it's only moving at this point at 5 miles per hour. We're already being lashed by rain. We're already getting winds and tropical storm force with some hurricane gusts and expecting that to ramp up into the evening, the overnight, and then through much of the day tomorrow. So the big concerns here will really be from very heavy rain as well as, of course, projectiles from the wind that's going to be ramping up. At this time, probably about 12 hours from now, we're likely to see anything from 100-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and that'll be with us through the first part of the morning. So we're really looking at conditions that are going downhill from this point forward, and as you can see, it's already not good. So we're really going to be watching for how much rain we get. Of course, we're watching the storm surge here along the Cape Fear River as well. That's a big concern, as well as, of course, what's happening along the Atlantic coastline where the surge will likely be at its worst. But it's definitely going to be a rough 48 hours, perhaps a little longer, along this Carolina coastline. Mary Kay?
Okay, and let's check the track now, Megan, of Florence, because what's expected to happen, she'll stay on that slow movement and sort of hug the coast here of North and South Carolina. And as we get into the overnight hours, still holding together as a Category 1 and then riding along the coast, so through Wilmington, just north of Myrtle Beach, and then continuing to bring some flooded rains to South Carolina. And then later, early next week, riding the Appalachian chain and ending up way to the north into New York State by Tuesday in the afternoon. Rain amounts we talked about, we could see 20 to 30 inches of rain in spots. Some of the models indicate some 40-inch totals as well. So the dangers that we're concerned about, those sustained hurricane force winds for 12 to 24 hours, a storm surge 6 to 12 feet, that could last for 24 hours, and flash flooding will definitely be possible, Rob and Erica, just because of those incredible rain amounts as we have not only the landfall, but then the inland flooding added to it.
All right, good information there, Mary Kay. Thank you.